Hello everyone. In this video, we will analyze the main character in No, I'm Not a Human. From there, we'll connect it to philosophical realism and the practical realities of real life. From the very outset of the game, it becomes evident that the protagonist embodies a withdrawn disposition, showing little inclination to step outside or to engage with novel experiences. The external world reaches him solely through two channels, the neighbor and the television. These function as One particularly striking detail is the painting on the wall, a solitary house on a desolate island, inscribed with the words loneliness and isolation. This image is not a mere ornament, but a symbolic mirror of the protagonist's mode of existence and inner disposition, a voluntary seclusion from the world, not out of fear, but out of the belief that social contact constitutes a burden and an intrusion.
I hate dealing with peoples.
I know you prefer to keep your distance from people, but you have to.
In his conversation with the neighbor, it becomes evident that he is not socially inept. Rather, his refusal to engage with strangers is an intentional stance, a conscious rejection of the social sphere. From this, we can discern the protagonist's reclusive and isolated way of life, an individual who has no desire to be disturbed by the intrusions of the social world. If the player takes the time to interact with the objects inside the house, it becomes apparent that each item is tied to a memory far from pleasant. The house itself is saturated with a heavy personal history.
Feeling lonely? Anxious? Got no one to talk to? Then the phone roulette is just what you need.
Hello, you have reached Phone Roulette. We will connect you with your perfect conversation partner shortly. Please hold.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
I had tough relationship with my father. I'm no longer part of that family. Now all I have is this damn house.
I'm sorry. It sounds like you are not too thrilled about the house ending up with you.
The culmination of this emerges on the fifth day, when the radio broadcasts a program called Phone Roulette, a random connection service akin to a Tinder-style call. Here, the protagonist reveals further traces of his past, a profound resentment toward his father. Although the game never states it explicitly, the line wanting to discard the entire house because it is bound to his father strongly suggests a history of psychological or perhaps physical abuse. This background gradually eroded his familial attachment. Thus, he simultaneously longs for a life partner to fill the void, while also developing an aversion to social interaction. It is an inner paradox. The desire for connection coexists with the fear and disdain of it. At the same time, we can see that the protagonist carries a past and memories haunted by his own family, remaining trapped within the confines of his own mind. An intriguing detail is the photograph of a woman placed beside the telephone, possibly the protagonist's mother. The presence of this photograph, together with the spacious and well-furnished house, suggests that the residents an inheritance from the larger family. But now he lives alone in emptiness. The house, which should have been a symbol of familial intimacy, has instead become a burden of memory, a place where he remains trapped in the past. In summary, the protagonist stands as a representative figure of social isolation and familial trauma. His seclusion is not the result of weakness, but of wounds to the soul that lead him to choose withdrawal. Thus, the entire journey in No, I'm Not a Human is not merely a story of escaping humanity, but also an allegory of breaking free from the shadow of memory and the oppressive weight of family. Philosophical realism posits that the world exists independently of our perception, that reality persists regardless of whether we acknowledge it or not. In the game, however, the protagonist chooses to evade the external world, experiencing it only through the television and the neighbor's accounts, rather than through direct encounter. This constitutes a denial or avoidance of reality, yet the paradox lies in the fact that reality continues to exist and inevitably intrudes upon his life through the radio, through unexpected relationships, and even through the branching choices of the endings. This raises the question, can one ever truly escape objective reality? Or is such withdrawal merely a temporary confinement within one's own private illusion? Existential psychology revolves around fundamental questions. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Do I truly possess the freedom to choose? The protagonist serves as a vivid illustration of this existential tension. He longs for connection, as seen in his participation in phone roulette or his yearning for a life partner. Yet at the same time, he rejects connection, avoiding society, resenting interaction, and binding his painful memory. This tension echoes what Sartre refers to as thrownness, the condition of being thrown into existence. A human being cannot choose the circumstances of their birth and abusive past, a fractured family, but remains condemned to freedom, compelled to choose how to live within those conditions. Thus, loneliness and isolation in the game, not merely personal states, but existential metaphors. Humanity must ultimately confront an irreducible solitude at the core of its being, even while dwelling amidst the world. The house in the game is not merely a living space, but a psychological and philosophical symbol. It is spacious and well-equipped, representing the image of a once complete family in the past. Yet in the present, it stands empty, cold, and saturated with painful memories. Within existential philosophy, the house mirrors the very condition of human existence, outwardly appearing stable, yet inwardly burdened with anxiety, loneliness, and a past that cannot be escaped. The protagonist in No, I'm Not a Human is not merely an individual, but a symbol of the existential condition of modern humanity, the desire to break free from memories and inherited definitions, family, society. The yearning for genuine connection, yet at the same time, the imprisonment within one. From this perspective, the game transcends the frame of a mere horror or supernatural narrative, becoming instead a philosophical journey. The human being is always confronted with a choice, either to accept reality and courageously pursue connection, or to retreat into isolation, gradually losing one's humanity. So thank you for watching my video. If you interesting, please subscribe and like this video. We'll see you in another video of my channel. Thank you.